My name's Sam Ward, England and Great Britain hockey player, and that's the main role of life at the moment. Spend a lot of time in Revive using it for recovery. So in November, actually October, November was how I really started blossoming here and moving in. But I had a tibia plateau fracture. Apparently there is, I've been told this, so no one medically hold me to this, but there's 6 types. 5 need surgery and 1 doesn't, which is a type 3, where it kind of goes down from here and kind of back in. To the joint, and it has its positives in the fact that you are weight bearing after about 2 weeks, and kind of you're just preventing getting into like hyperextension and kind of having the bone pop out the top. But yeah, I basically spent a fair bit of time here during the first 6 weeks, spending as much time recovering as possible. The second you get injured, it's pretty tough because like you feel like, especially when it's your job, that like everything's being taken away from you. And unfortunately, I actually had a few major, more major than fractured legs back in my career in 2019, where I got hit in the head. And actually, I was told at that point that my career would be taken away from me, with a partial sight in my left eye and things like that. And I kind of had to overcome that. So as tough as injuries are, nothing's kind of going to be as bad as the one in 2019, is how I see it. So this time it felt a lot easier just knowing the fact that it was just a broken leg. Recovery is massive. I would say I've only taken it, I'm now getting to the latter end of my career, age 35, and I've only probably taken it really seriously since Revive's been around, if I'm honest. It kind of changed my whole mindset on all of it. I mean, having access and coming and using the facilities here, I was like, I never really realised those small gains and how important they are. And also not just that, combined with lifestyle choices. So simple ones, drinking less alcohol, eating cleaner, but then coming down here using the oxygen chamber a few times a week, the red light bed, the sauna, the cryo chamber, the massage chairs, just all those little small things make a massive difference, and just it means you can compete at the highest level more and more. The oxygen chamber has made a massive difference to my sleep. So yeah, that's probably where I've seen the biggest gains. In the past, yeah, I've never been a great sleeper, and just coming in here on an afternoon after training, getting some oxygen, just one makes me feel a lot better as well. And if you feel better, you play better, and then you sleep better, you recover better, and it's just kind of knock-on effect from one thing to the other. So during the recovery, for the first 6 weeks, I actually went in the HBOT. It was every weekday for 90 minutes a time. And obviously that's just increased blood flow, increased recovery, and just basically doing everything you can to try and help the repair of the fracture in my leg. So I was using that every day along with the red light bed as well. And it's one of those things, you never know how much that's made a difference. But I mean, I've come back, I'm 4 months down the line now from a fractured leg. I've been playing for the last 2 months. I played 23 games in 65 days on my return. I've obviously done something pretty well, and what I definitely see is the gains that using here and all of the access I had to different machines and different bits to help me obviously put me in the right stead going forward. And I don't think I'll ever underestimate how much of an impact that had in my return. And it's hard to say, but touch wood, probably the most smooth return of all injuries I've had, and one of the most severe ones I've had. If your body feels better, you play better, and that's how I see it. I mean, the biggest thing that, I'll be honest, I absolutely despise the cryo chamber. It's too cold for me, but it's such a love-hate relationship. And actually, it's kind of, you do get one hell of a buzz when you come out the other side as well, but just mentally bringing yourself to get in there in the first place is the biggest issue I have. But it's a weird thing, like you go to walk out the door and be like, I'm not doing that today. And I'll be honest, Natalie and Paul are like, no, get yourself back in there now. You are going in. And I'm like, okay, I will do. That's kind of how it feels. So yeah, I mean, just the small bits like that. I mean, we obviously use ice baths and stuff in the past, but just obviously the temperatures and how great a cryo chamber is. And I just feel it has a lot better effects than them for me. So yeah, it's pretty great. I think it's like anything where when you find an environment you're comfortable with and you enjoy it, like I'm not going to lie, there's times I come in here and end up sitting on the front sofa for a conversation for an hour and hour, absolutely nonsense. But I think there's just something about Revive and just like the aura it carries and how friendly the staff all are. And it's just lovely to be around and how nice they are and just how well you're cared for no matter what you're doing, coming here for. They just, well, it's a bit of a running joke if I'm honest. Normally, because obviously we spend quite a bit of time out of the country, if I wander in unannounced, which I'm partial to doing, they're like, what have you done? Basically, never good when they work opposite from Prime Health, the scanning centre. So often it's I've gone for a scan, I've not popped back in on the way back and I've gone, guys, you're going to see a lot of me over the next few months because I've done this, this or this. So yeah, but it is nice to have such a friendly face shortly after you've had your scan. But no, just coming in here every day and just being able to just be greeted how you are. They're always on great form and yeah, there's nothing but great care. We've had quite a few injuries since my injury and just the amount of people that now that use oxygen chambers and they realise the difference in the impact of what it has and how much that even if, but yeah, I mean, it's just the marginal gains we talk about all the time. And yeah, I mean, I encourage people now and like they're obviously so welcoming here. They're like, oh, you go in the oxygen chamber. I love going in the 2-manner on my own. They're like, oh, you can, anyone else, is they all right? They can come in with you? I'm like, no, just for me. But yeah, just the difference in people really intrigued by the things they see and how much they're like, yes, it maybe is making a difference when you're still playing at your age. It's not often, I feel, in this day and age where you can just go into your own little world and kind of do whatever you like. Like, I'm a problem. I'm a doom scroller. I love faffing about on my phone all the time, and I can kill hours doing that. But I feel when you come in here and how relaxing it is, like you go in the 2-man. No one's coming in with me. I'm in on my one. You've got Netflix on the screen in there. You're in your blanket. Strong chance you're falling asleep and having a little nap as well. And it's just like the comfort and just the mental getaway of just, it's just you can't get out for 90 minutes when you're going for that time and you're just kind of in your own little world, just at peace in a way. I miss spending most days in Revive, if I'm honest. People started to joke that I'd moved in, and I think the staff thought that for a while as well. So, but it's great being back in training. It's great having the support here that I had, and obviously it's massive to be part of my journey to getting back. But what it is great is like that's not the end of it. Now you come in a couple of times a week, I probably do, just to top up sauna, red light bed, cryo chamber, and obviously a bit of oxygen as well at times. So it's just having all those facilities that some days you just wake up and I'm like, especially on Thursdays on our day away from GB stuff, I'm like, I wake up and I'm normally in the oxygen chamber by 8 o'clock, just like, here's my day off, let's do everything we can in the morning, get my recovery done and just try and make yourself feel as good as possible to get going again. It's about injury prevention as much as it is obviously reacting to an injury. And yeah, the more you come in, the more recovery you do, the more self-care, basically, it's going to reduce the injuries in the long run. And obviously then you don't have to go through the trauma of dealing with them. If I'm honest as well, actually in 2014, I had a major surgery on my hip as well. And I actually spent a lot of time in the old Little Man hyperbaric chamber at that point. And I came in most days over one Christmas, actually, just to be prepared for a Olympic qualifier. And the difference in just that made then as well. And I think I'm probably if you get injured as much as me, I'm probably the biggest example of how great this place is and the support they give you mentally, physically, and just the difference it makes to you.